Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Christopher McElcurtis Bowen, on this beautiful, lovely edition of Fire of Liberty, as we continue to raise our awareness, our consciousness, and continue to ignite love and really unify in very fantastical, amazing ways the fruition of what is ultimately us really being connected with this co-creative, expansive force is the very understanding of the fact, of course, that this, in a sense, understanding of celestial comprehension, if that is one form of personification to apply in this way to utilize unlimitedness of the mind, then so be it for the expansiveness of all that is a part of not only as what we do and interact with, as in the peacefulness of a, for example, galactic society, galactic environment, galactic space area, which we are a part of with all types of beings, extraterrestrials, other brotherhoods, the fellowship of light, as well as the unity of everybody, every single being. Every single living being. Very, very spectacular. Even like codes are incredibly key and expanding and being unlocked. Very key how synchronicity is very spontaneously, spectacularly, and efficiently, and peacefully, and very, very paradisically. The ability for functions. Excuse me, the way that a galactic society can function, or just the existence of the motion, is very clear, very interesting, and very prosperous, and very in tune in past, present, future, and very aware. And it's all, of course, the one very key thing is the calming of the mind, the ability of that what is called silence. It's beautiful, and it's very, for example, can be said one of the first sounds of creation, if that is one of the things I want to be manifested. There's also balances, and also at the same time, it's very key to understanding. So that level of absolute just oneness and awareness of consciousness and that celestial like state as one's taught by celestials and of course explained by celestials, and also how we live and do live and exist and expand, and the touch upon this water, I guess describe it, this ether, is the interacting with the very universal grid itself. Very, very great analogies and very great descriptions and very actual practices and teachings. Wow, actually, where are the assistance of humanity with extraterrestrial life. What that is transitioning from a type 39 to a type 40, type 41 to a type 42 civilization. What we're now is going on is we're now type 40 civilization. Now we're working on building and developing and gracefully transcending into a beautiful type 41 civilization. That massive beauty, of course, is capable in all of beings. Now that, of course, every single being has gone up to this step because mind, body, ability, and of course we're highly developed ethical beings with, of course, highly developed consciousness and states of awareness, which ultimately allow us to unify utilize and unify and be unity in this oneness of peace, this understanding of universal consciousness awareness and the elevation of that, therefore. Something that is very enlightening is something that, I guess, the introduction is something that it's very key to be described, which I will reiterate. This is a question, are celestials assisting humanity? I guess more kind of like hypothetical, I guess. There we go. Numerous individual testimonies and historical records describing physical contact with ET life referred to highly developed ethical beings, often witnessed in association with ETs. In contrast to ETs, these beings do not appear to be dependent on technologies for communication and travel. I use the term celestial to refer to any life form that has achieved higher states of consciousness whereby they display a number of remarkable abilities without technological assistance. I describe the historical role played by celestials in intervening in human and extraterrestrials' affairs. I will show how increased awareness of historical presence of celestials can assist humanity in making the transition to a mature galactic culture where an open culture with extraterrestrial civilizations occurs. Important policy choices need to be made over which ET group are reliable partners to work with and which advanced technologies ought to be incorporated into a human society. Celestials can help minimize unnecessary stress and conflict in this transition and ensure that humanity's evolution to a galactic culture is harmonious and peaceful. Numerous testimonies have been made. Of course, celestials don't need. In contrast to ETs, these celestials don't appear to be dependent on technologies for communication and travel. These highly developed ethical beings have been described as angels, ascended masters, Elohim, and several terms used to signify highly developed states of consciousness or spiritual awareness. I will use the term celestial to refer to any life form that has achieved higher states of consciousness whereby they display a number of remarkable abilities without technological assistance. Celestials are able to travel throughout the universe through willpower alone and are not confined to any physical location. This highly advanced ability distinguishes them from ET entities that are dependent on advanced forms of technology for space-time travel, as evidenced in ubiquitous sightings of ETVs. This ability to travel through space-time further distinguishes celestials from paranormal entities or interdimensionals described by John Keel, such as ghosts, fairies, goblins that are bound by spatio-temporal factors to Earth but can move between dimensions. Also, celestials have attained advanced states of consciousness wherein they have attained the level of oneness or cosmic consciousness with the universe. I do not identify with themselves exclusively with a stellar region, civilization, time, or dimension. This ability again distinguishes them from identify themselves with particular stellar regions, civilizations, types, or dimensions. Finally, celestials are not limited to any one physical form. This ability again distinguishes them from ETs that identify with a particular physical form or genetic characteristics that require technology to change their physical characteristics or how they are perceived by others. Celestials have been described in a wide range of sources, from religious historical texts and more recently contactee experiences. Celestials are described in these sources as beings that serve a higher universal will that remains hidden to ordinary humans, celestials. Described as often intervening to assist humanity's evolution, especially during periods of conflict involving ET civilizations and advanced technologies. Celestials have been witnessed together with ETs who view the former as teachers, quote, masters of wisdom, unquote, or universal messengers whose advice is respectfully heard. Though not always followed. ETs have been increasingly acknowledged by a number of contemporary authors as having played a leading role in the seeding of the human race and establishing technologically advanced civilizations. Less well known is the role played by celestials and their precise relationship with ETs in their complex interaction with humanity's evolution. This is unfortunate since evidence suggests that celestials have played significant historical roles in humanity's evolution by ensuring that advanced technologies are wisely incorporated and intervening in conflicts between humanity and ET civilizations. Understanding the historical role of celestials has become especially important in the modern era, where contact between ET civilizations and humanity has been increasingly occurring. ETs have interacted directly with U.S. government and in some cases have signed agreements that have treaty status. This has led to the development and incorporation of advanced ET tech by the military corporate sector that in a few select cases has been allowed to filter through to mainstream society. In numerous cases of ET contact, ETs have directly interacted with private citizens who have described experiences ranging from inspired transformative encounters to more positive situations. This suggests different types of extraterrestrials are interacting with humanity with different modalities and motivations. Evidence points to a heightened degree of human extraterrestrial contact that will culminate in open contact wherein Earth becomes an interplanetary society. When interactions we already described and already became and already are absolutely free. Free will and going to be even freer, which is extraordinary, fantastic. With this beautiful transition into the book. This, and I will continue. Will continue and continue. Two important policy choices to be made over the extent to which humanity should interact with different ET groups and incorporate. So, ultimately, this can be found, honestly. And ultimately, this is a really beautiful development of what already exists. Is one which is already great, is the art of intuition. Intuitional motion, action, communication. And so now, I guess in this particular part in space-time and just in general, a lot more, which is beautiful because it's always been there. The field, the auric field, the human body auric field. Beautiful, very, 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 very key for any type of science or medical advancement. The human energy field, the human body, that needs to be known. The energy field must be known before any further steps in order to balance human evolution and technological advancement. Positively, a great example, actually a positive, is that which is the location of Atlantis and Lemuria and Telos. Now, as a Type 40 civilization, moving on to a Type 41 civilization, which is the power output of 10 to the power of 406 watts. As energy, I guess, description, ability to harness, store, etc. Very, very important to balance those. Human body, or body, human or body, energy body, with medicine. So that interaction, for example, very good interaction, practice of that interaction is their interaction of that human body. And that'll practice, that'll be happening, and that'll be more conscious. And then, therefore, measurable is that, of course, the consciousness of that responsiveness of the connectivity of, the human aura with applications upon which ideas which are limitless can be applied for technology and therefore application of medicine, therefore application of science. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And the amount of solutions that, for example, exist from the auric field alone is enough to be more than paradoxical solutions based upon what can be done, for example, here on Earth alone. As a very great example of leading for the greatness of, on this beautiful biosphere, bioplanet, Gaia, for the entire universe. And then some, of course, but we're ultimately extremely expansive as a Type 40 civilization moving on. The point is, of course, and we're internally peaceful, important, and of course we're very beautiful, grand ecosystem, body of light, and also examples. Aura can measure, of course, colors. Colors of the body can be measured, and measured can also be balanced. Balance can also be in heightened energy. So, technological, that can identify the colors of your aura and also magnify the colors of the aura, and also cure and heighten the energies of those auras, and also interact with fellow technologies of that aura. The aura energy interacts with that energy of the technology. Also, of course, for medicine, healing of that aura, healing of the area, recognition of certain energy bodies, energy body in the body of the energy body, which is actually very different types of energy body of not only being, but planetary and celestial bodies, and etc. Beautiful. Very, very grand and true. To, of course, with advancement, of course, any type of application or desire to achieve access that which is already in abundance, which is food, water, and shelter, can be once again more plethora and abundance, and have very creative ideas and inventions and utilizations applied to those, because we are grand, beautiful, and magnificent, with the freedom applied to the limitlessness of abundance of all things. Now, this is, of course, just one simple grand solution based off the energy field. Are there more? Yes. Is there unlimited ones? Yes, of course. We are all, as we mentioned before, as has been mentioned before, we are all incredibly important. We are incredibly all special and have a very, very key role. So with love, abundance, brilliance, key, adoration, and understanding of creative omnipotence, clarity, focus, of the clearness, essence of creativeness, of the oneness of the unity, of the desire, of the intention, and of the art. We are grand. We are beauty.